Far below the reach of sunlight, past the crashing waves, past the last glimmer of blue, there is a place where Earth begins to feel less like home. A place where pressure could crush steel, where darkness is absolute, and where life has rewritten the rules of what it means to survive. Down here, nothing should exist. And yet, something does. As we begin our descent, the ocean slowly swallows the sun. At around 200 meters, light fades into a dim, ghostly blue. This is the twilight zone, a world caught between day and night. Here, visibility is limited. Shapes dissolve into shadows, and survival depends on deception. One of the most unsettling adaptations emerges here: bioluminescence, the ability to produce light from within. Not warm light, not comforting light, but cold chemical flashes, signals, lures. Some creatures use it to communicate, others use it to vanish, matching the faint glow above them so predators below see nothing at all. And some use it to hunt, like the anglerfish, a drifting silhouette with a glowing lure dangling from its head like a living fishing rod. In the darkness, curiosity becomes fatal. But this raises a question. If light is so rare here, why has evolution created so many ways to produce it? Scientists still don't fully know, because the deeper we go, the stranger the answers become. At 1,000 meters, the last trace of sunlight disappears. Now we enter the midnight zone, a world of total darkness. The pressure here is immense, thousands of pounds pressing down on every inch, enough to crush a human instantly. And yet, life persists, but not as we know it. Creatures here are soft, fragile-looking, gelatinous, not because they are weak, but because rigidity would shatter under pressure. Bones become flexible, bodies become fluid, and then there are the eyes. Some species evolve enormous, haunting eyes, designed to catch the faintest flicker of light. Others abandon vision entirely. Instead, they sense vibrations, movements, the presence of something unseen. In this endless dark, sight becomes optional. Awareness becomes everything. But something even stranger happens here. Many creatures develop transparency, their bodies nearly invisible. Not camouflage in the traditional sense, but erasure, as if evolution decided the safest form is no form at all. And this raises another question. In a world with no light, who are they hiding from? Deeper still, beyond 4,000 meters, we enter the abyss, a place so hostile, so extreme, that for centuries scientists believed it was completely lifeless. No sunlight, near freezing temperatures, crushing pressure, and almost no food. What survives here must endure long periods of starvation. So, evolution takes a terrifying turn. Creatures develop enormous mouths, expandable stomachs, and needle-like teeth. Because when food appears, you don't just eat it, you consume everything you can. Some fish can swallow prey larger than themselves, stretching their bodies into grotesque proportions. Others drift endlessly, conserving energy, waiting, sometimes for months, for a single meal. Life here is not about thriving, it's about enduring. But then, something even more mysterious emerges from the darkness. Entire ecosystems, not powered by the sun, but the Earth itself. At the ocean floor, cracks in the planet's crust release scalding water, rich with chemicals. These are hydrothermal vents. Temperatures here can exceed 400 degrees Celsius, yet somehow, Life flourishes around them. Not plants, not algae, but bacteria that feed on chemicals like sulfur, converting them into energy through a process called chemosynthesis. In simple terms, they create life without sunlight. Around these vents, entire ecosystems form. Giant tube worms, ghostly crabs, and creatures like nothing found on the surface. It's a world that feels alien, and it forces a profound question. If life can exist here, in total darkness, feeding on chemicals from the earth, then where else could it exist? Beneath the ice of distant moons, in the oceans of other planets. What we've discovered here only deepens the mystery. And finally, we reach the deepest parts of the ocean, the trenches, places like the Mariana Trench, nearly 11,000 meters down. The pressure here is unimaginable, more than 1,000 times the pressure at the surface, and still, life finds a way. Tiny, delicate creatures, like the ghostly snailfish, drift through the darkness. Their bodies are so finely tuned to this pressure that bringing them to the surface would cause them to collapse. They belong here, in a world that would destroy everything else. And yet, we have barely explored it. More than 80% of the deep ocean remains unmapped, unseen. Entire species, entire ecosystems may exist beyond our knowledge, waiting. We often imagine the unknown as something distant, another planet, another galaxy. But one of the most alien worlds has been beneath us all along, a place where light does not exist, where survival demands transformation, where life becomes almost unrecognizable. And the deeper we go, the more it challenges what we think life is supposed to be. Because in the end, the most terrifying creatures of the deep are not just frightening because of how they look, but because they prove something unsettling, that life can become anything. And we have only just begun to see what it has become.